Hi and welcome to the stunning Las Colinas Golf Resort here in Spain. My name is Chris Ryan and welcome to this final video in this series, Back to Basics. Today we're going to be taking a look at the all-important club, the driver. So thank you for joining me here at Las Colinas in Spain, and this is the last video in this 5-part series, Back to Basics. We are looking at the driver, and for many of you this will be the video that you've been waiting for. Everybody wants to hit the driver better, even though we use the putter a lot more during a round of golf. We maybe use our wedges a little bit more during a round of golf. We love hitting that driver. It's such a good feeling when we get one right out the middle. We look up and we see that ball soaring down to the middle of the fairway. So in this particular video, we're going to be just looking at some of the basics. How is the driver different to the rest of the clubs in your bag? How do you need to set yourself up to the driver? What do we do different to the irons? That is such a common question that I get asked on the lesson tee and also in the comments box on YouTube. How is this different with the driver? What do we do differently with the driver? We're going to cover those questions today and hopefully just give you some of the information that's going to help you use this club a little bit better. It is the one club which can really make the difference to your game. If we can start to advance it a little further down there, get it in play, it does make the game a little bit easier. So the first thing would be, how is the golf club different to the rest of the clubs in the bag? Well, it's the longest club we have. It's the longest club in the bag, which already is going to make it a little bit more difficult to use because the club head, which we're trying to control, is always further away from us. We also have the lowest loft of all the golf clubs in our bag, bar the putter. So I use 9.5 degrees loft. I've got it cranked up a little bit, so it's just above 10. But this is the lowest loft of the clubs that I use for my full swing. We also have the largest club head. So we've now got 3 things that are different about this club. It's the longest, it's got the lowest loft, and it's got the largest club head. However, there's something else which is the biggest factor in what we have to do in terms of our setup and our swing. The biggest difference between this club and the other clubs in your bag is the fact that we are predominantly using this club, when that ball is teed up. We are really using this for the first shot on the hole, on not every hole because it's obviously par 3s, but we get the option to tee the ball up. And what that means is we can tee the ball as high or as low as we want. And you can see I've got this ball teed pretty high, certainly higher than I would do for an iron or a 3 wood. So when we tee the ball up such as this, it suddenly opens up some more options to us. We are now able to hit the golf ball when the club is traveling up away from the ground, an upward hit. Now, we don't get that option when the ball is sitting on the ground. We physically can't get the club low enough because the ground is in the way to hit up. So we have to hit down on every club in our bag, bar the driver. The driver gives us that extra option of we can hit up. And really, that is the piece of information that changes everything. That changes our setup. That changes how we stand to the golf ball. It changes what we try to do in our swing. Because hitting up on the golf ball, all things being equal, will give you more distance. More distance is absolutely key when you're stood on a hole such as I am here. It's a par 5, it's nearly 600 yards. I need to get this ball a good distance down that fairway. So let's go through the setup first of all. I want the ball teed up nice and high, as you can see. A guide would be about half the ball above the top of the club. I then want to make sure that the golf ball is further forward in my stance, and that's relative to my upper body. So I'm going to take a relatively wide stance, and again, this would be wider than any other club in my bag. The reason for that is because it moves my sternum a little bit more behind the golf ball. I would also like to move the golf ball a little bit more up in my stance. So you can see how that golf ball is positioned pretty much just off the inside of my lead heel. So relative to the sternum, you can see how the golf ball is significantly forward of me. What that means is, as my club is swinging around my body in effectively a big circle, the bottom of the circle should happen before the ball, and when the club makes contact, it will have begun to be rising up away from the ground. This is that upward hit that is so key to optimizing your distance. We would like to create this through setup as opposed to creating the upward hit through any kind of manipulation in the swing or any hanging back or weight staying on the back leg. So really key that we ensure at setup we have a nice wide stance. We have the ball nicely up in the stance, but we have the sternum pretty much the center of your heels, if not a little bit closer to your trail foot. Those setup positions, those setup ideas are going to help you create that upward hit. You may also notice that with the driver, my hands will hang a little further away from me than they would with an iron. If I was standing here with a 6-iron, you'd see my arms fall a little closer to me. Having the arms hang a little further away from you is going to help you generate some speed with this club. This is a golf club where we need to generate speed. Golf is a game played over sort of 400-500 yards. It's imperative that we get some speed into that golf club and we're able to hit that ball a good distance. So let those arms hang a little further away from you, and that's going to help you as you start to generate some speed later on in the golf swing. So we've got our starting position. We've got the ball teed nice and high. We've got a good idea about what we're trying to do. How does the swing differ from the rest of the golf clubs? Well, in truth, it doesn't really. Yes, the setup is different. We've got the arms further away, we've got the stance wider, but effectively how we swing the club around our body is not going to change from irons to drivers. And that's a really key point. There's nothing that you would do intentionally different. However, we do want that club to be traveling upwards as it hits the ball, and we do want to make sure we're hitting the center of the golf club. Hitting the center of the golf club with a driver is really one of the most important things that you can do, because if we hit the center, we will get a true ball flight. What I mean by true ball flight is off center towards the heel or the toe, we start to get what we call gear effect. That's when the golf club twists as it makes contact with the golf ball. That will create curve that doesn't always relate to your golf swing. So I can stand here with a golf swing which is perfectly neutral, but if I hit the toe or the heel, I could get some curve, I could miss my target. So really important that we start to hit the center of the golf club. One of the best things that you can do to monitor this is actually use some spray, start to spray the face of your driver, and you're going to start to see exactly where each of those golf balls is hit, and that's going to help you start to fine tune your swing and really hone in on that center. So this video, I'm going to hit one in a moment, this video was really just covering the basics of the driver. How is the golf club different? How do we have to set ourselves up? How is that different to the other clubs in your bag? And then ultimately, how is the swing different, which we've already kind of established it isn't. As we start to get to impact, there may well be some slight differences with the driver relative to your irons, simply because the width of the stance, we can often find it more difficult to get the weight shifting onto that lead side, and we often see some of the golfers who play this game to a high level, as they hit the golf ball with the driver, they often get the weight shifting onto their back foot momentarily through the hit. So if you start to feel with your driver that it feels a little different down at impact, things don't quite feel the same as line, that's absolutely fine. We're not trying to do anything different, but you may well feel some things happen that they don't with the irons. Right, let's go ahead and hit one. I'm on this fantastic 15th hole here at Las Colinas. I'm going to try and hit this one straight down the middle. I'm going to try and hit it fairly neutral, but I'm going to understand the differences with the driver because that golf ball is teed up. And I will take that. It's a little up the left, but it should be in play. Might even give myself a chance of getting on this par 5 in 2. So thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you very much for watching this series of videos. I really wanted to try and keep these videos relatively simple, going to the basics, not overloading too much information, but fantastic for golfers who are newer to the game, or even if you're an experienced golfer who just wants a bit of a recap or a refresher about the shots that we've covered in this video series. I really hope you liked it. I am going to be doing a video series each month. It's going to be about 4 to 5 videos, but it's going to help me go into a little bit more detail and hopefully pass over some better information to you. So thank you for watching. Leave a comment down below. Would love to get your thoughts on this video series and some video series going forwards. Usual stuff is down there. You've got a comments box, there's a like button, and there's also a button over here where you can subscribe to the channel and get all the content for free. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series. We shall hopefully see you again soon.